Well, as we all know, the Supreme Court recently overturned a federal ban on sports gambling. What that means is we can soon see legalized gambling on a state-by-state basis. But one organization thinks the move could be detrimental to baby boomers in particular. Jacksonville's retirement coach Adam Wolf is here to explain. Adam is one of the area's leading certified financial planners. His firm, Wolf Retirement Navigation, helps people plan for their retirement. Thanks so much for being here. Didn't even think of this unintended consequence with the AARP now warning that older Americans, which I just joined it, by the way, so I don't like the term older Americans
in that.
You gotta
change that.
They sent me a membership card for my discounts. You don't need to keep sending me all the emails about thinning hair and all that stuff, just saying. But a growing segment of, of gambling addicts are the older population, so that really ultimately could spell some trouble for baby boomers.
Yeah, it's great to see you. So, yeah, they said about 8% of folks over 50 have a serious problem. Where it basically zaps their nest eggs and everything that they have.
Ugh.
I mean, with the onset of a lot of casinos being close to where folks retire here in Florida, and then also internet gambling and lotteries, I mean, there can be some cause for alarm with a certain amount of folks out there.
So how older than 52? I see people who are, I get you're retired, you got time on your hands, you got some money sitting in the bank, it's burning a hole, you start gambling it. But I mean, are you looking at across the board? I'm 52, but I'm still working and saving and planning for my retirement.
Yeah, so those are the risks that some people face when they enter into retirement. With 8% of the population across the board in the United States, that's a pretty big amount. But when I meet with folks, a lot of folks have risks that can upset their nest eggs. And a lot of that has to do with stock market risk, taking too much risk with your money as you near and as you are in retirement. That can be a cause for alarm, because we are in the second longest bull market we've been in, where we haven't had a large correction in a long, long time. We're about to surpass that and turn into the first and the longest bull market that we've had. Also, a lot of folks lose money, tens of thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars in retirement due to paying excessive fees. And then the third one is
fees will get you, folks.
Fees will get you, and then also taxes are going to get you as well when taxes increase in the future because of the way our government is running its money right now.
So, not to put my mother's business out there, but my mom was one of those folks who said, you know what, I'm going to put it in the stock market. We've got a new administration. They're going to shake things up. It's business oriented, and it's a little volatile right now. I don't think it's been heading in that direction. And now you're mentioning taxes, and you're mentioning all of these other fees. So what can people do to protect? Should they pull it out of the stock market or go back, kind of ease up a little bit on that?
Exactly. So I think the first thing to do is to find a trusted financial advisor.
Where would one find one?
Who is also who is also a fiduciary. Now, this is more important than it was 2 weeks ago, because 2 weeks ago, the Department of Labor rule that covered all folks' retirement assets, if you were working with an advisor and they had worked with your financial assets that were retirement assets, IRAs, 401ks, they had to legally put your interests ahead of their own.
Right.
And now they don't have to.
They changed that, yeah.
So that's only as of 2 weeks ago. So you thought that you had the best interests of your advisor. Now, they may be ethically and morally doing what they need to for you, but legally they're not. And only 10% of the advisors out there in the United States are financial fiduciaries. So that's the most important thing to do. And then also someone who focuses on retirement, because retirement issues, it's about keeping what you have and still getting good growth, but keeping what you have along when you do not have a paycheck anymore. That's what it's all about.
So where should someone start, whether they're just starting out, whether they're I feel like I'm a little bit more than midway,
Yes.
I got my last sprint, or somebody who maybe is retiring and wondering, well, how do I not gamble with this, or should I take a chance in the stock market, or what should I do? What would be your overarching advice or is it just you can't give overarching advice for these particular segments?
Yeah, so there's a lot of good advice that are rules of thumbs out there, and sometimes I don't like rules of thumbs because of how broad it is. But if you're nearing retirement or in retirement, having an idea of what you currently have is the first step. And what we do for folks, we offer a portfolio stress test that takes a look at all of your IRAs, your 401ks. We go into how much you're paying in fees. So you don't have to dig through all the prospectuses and information to find that. Sometimes it's eye-opening, and we try to save you in not having to pay those fees. We also take a look at your overall risk, and we look at your tax consequences in retirement with what you have. So that's that's really the first step I would recommend someone looking at. You can take that information, do it yourself, take that information to your current advisor and have them help you with it, or you can have us tweak your situation if we need to make your life better.
Well, I think they should come by you and get a second opinion regardless, and then they're really expanding their knowledge on that.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. It's always
You
so
are
good to
welcome.
see you.
Thank you.
So you worked hard to build your wealth for retirement. Be sure that it is protected by getting a BEP portfolio stress test. Adam and his team said they were going to run the numbers and determine exactly where you stand, how much of your money is protected, how much is at risk, and how much you are currently paying in fees. You cannot hear that enough. Adam is offering to do this portfolio stress test for free for the first 10 callers who qualify. Here's the number. Write it down. It's 904-232-8760. Okay, you found the pen. I'm going to repeat it. It's 904-232-8760. He's got his folks standing by to answer your calls. Now, you must be nearing retirement or already retired to qualify. Now, you can also learn more about how to plan for retirement by visiting wolfretirement.com. Adam has 2 office locations for your convenience, one in Jacksonville and one in Clay County.